I was the second one born in the refugee camp. They were held at knife point. Police and pirates, boat built in secret. Abraham's wife, Sarah, dies at age 127, and he mourns her and buys the cave of Machpelah for 400 shekels of silver. His very first legal piece of real estate honors his wife and shows her deep respect, making sure it's legally cleanly witnessed, showing his integrity in business, faith in God's promise by buying his first physical stake in Canaan, believing God will give the region to his descendants. My mum wanted to buy her house in London back in the 80s for 20,000, and it's probably now worth about 1.5 million. Couldn't afford it then or now because they were Vietnamese refugees. At my uncle's funeral, I learned the miracle story that brought my family to England. My aunties and uncles grew up during the Vietnam War, and after the war my dad was forced to clear landmines on top of trying to make a living. His family was sculptors and painters for the church, but during the war there was no requirement for artwork, so they sold my dad to my mum's family in the south of Vietnam. My mum wanted to be a nun, but only the eldest sons out of the 8 siblings could have an education, and it was safer for my mum to be married, especially in a war-torn environment. My ancestral blood has Christian prayers protecting me. My mum's strict Catholic preaching repelled me, making me shut down to her teachings up until now. After divorce, trauma, spiritual experimentation, the Holy Spirit has guided me right back to its scriptures. At my uncle's funeral, I learned that he and 2 men pooled their money together to get a boat built in secret to escape the shores of Vietnam. Not knowing where they were going, the boat was only 4 times 11 meters and was able to fit about 150 people. They were held at knife point, chased by police and pirates. The government was ordered by Margaret Thatcher to not rescue any of the boats. They were lost out at sea for 3 days and only had the clothes they wore and the items to prove who they were. The water system broke down on the very first day and an old lady died on the boat and a few drowned. My auntie said that they all collectively prayed. A UK naval captain went against orders and rescued our family's boat and took them to Singapore's refugee camp. And months later, the government ban was lifted. The naval captain came to bring my family back to the UK, where I was the second one born in the refugee camp. My auntie said there were small pockets of religious Vietnamese refugee communities all over the world. All the boats had people praying or chanting collectively for a miracle. Like Abraham, I want to honor my family's efforts, protecting my existence. And in my deep gratitude and homage to God's spiritual blessings, I want to build a place of worship, a community place of wonder.